You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry ChillyBoy Chilson, and this is my review of House of Gucci. Now, before we get into this review, make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button below so that you can chill with me on each and every one of my new videos. House of Gucci is a 2021 drama biopic directed by Ridley Scott that tells the story of Patricia when she marries into the Gucci family. And as she seeks to build an empire, she finds herself having to fight her way to the top of this fashion house. Now, I was hyped for House of Gucci because Gaga was the star and she looked perfectly cast. She was amazing in those trailers, and honestly, the only thing we needed to show in the trailers to get me hyped. Plus, the trailers seemed to be leaning into Gaga and what she was serving. And let's be honest, it was catering to her gay fans, her female fans, and I was ready for it. I did have apprehension though, because Ridley Scott has been very, very hit or miss with his recent catalog, but the talent was there. It's a stacked cast and an interesting story, so I was really hyped for House of Gucci. And ultimately, it is a very mixed bag. So let's go ahead and start off with the positives. Well, the reason we're all going in to see this movie, the reason it's on everybody's radar, Lady Gaga. And guess what? She's the reason to watch. She is amazing in House of Gucci. She understood the assignment and delivered. Yeah, it's a little bit over the top, quite a campy performance. That's what it called for, and that's what gave this film energy, life. She is this magnetic force on the screen, and every scene is made better thanks to her presence. Plus, she is able to tap into a deeper impact within this character. She spoke on empathizing with Patricia and not just seeing her as this like crazy villainous woman, and you can genuinely feel that as we work throughout the film. But she also gets all of the best lines. Everything that comes out of her mouth is gold and it's delivered perfectly. Gaga is actually amazing here. But honestly, I thought most of the performances from our lead cast are strong. Adam Driver is great, playing off of Gaga's big, expressive performance. He gives a much more subtle and stern performance, but it's perfect. And he really brings depth to this character, and it works. My other standout is honestly Al Pacino, who I thought was stellar in the film. This is one of the best Pacino performances I've seen in years. Of course, it's an old Italian guy role, so he was perfect for the casting, but he's great. And he has these big moments, he has jovial moments, he has these emotional moments, and he gets to really show it all off, and he delivers. Even Jeremy Irons is good. Doesn't have a lot of screen time, and he's not great. He definitely gets overshadowed by all of those other cast members. But he's good. He's solid. Honestly, those performances are the only straight up positive I can give to this film, because everything else about it is either a mixed bag or a straight up negative. So let's talk about those. First of all, the story. The story is inherently very interesting. It has an intrigue, a little bit of mystery. We get attached to this girl who's on the come up and then gets a little bit gray, but is a lot of fun. However, the screenplay, it wanes. Some aspects are really strong. Other aspects, not so good. We get the tone of the film, because this film is kind of a tonal mess, and that's really what kills it. When it leans in to the camp and gives us that energy Gaga brought to the table, that's so much fun. And giving exactly what you want with the fashions, with the outfits, with the location, all of that fashion world drama, glitzy camp is where this film should have stayed the entire time. Unfortunately, we just get peaks of that here and there and sprinkled throughout. And then it tries to be this like serious drama. And that's not what we signed up for, and it's all the worse for it, honestly. Really, I have to say it. The director, Ridley Scott, really hampers his own film. He, unlike Lady Gaga, Ridley Scott didn't understand the assignment. He delivered this total mess. The direction is not really that good. The pacing is horrible. We have these performances that are all over the board. I actually think there is a good performance somewhere under the bad prosthetics of Jared Leto, but Ridley just gave him nothing, I think, and let Jared Leto run amok and play this big caricature of an Italian, and it turned out horrible. He was in this whole other world. It was only those moments where Leto reined it in and did some of the more emotional stuff that his performance worked, because when he's like loud Italian, blah blah blah, like no, it was not good. But that tone all comes down to Ridley Scott. Honestly, it felt like he didn't even know what he was doing. These weird cuts to black and white, the weird music selections that were input into the film, stuff that was included. He shot some really random moments here, and this film is nearly 3 hours damn long, and he left these really strange things that didn't add anything to the plot. They didn't work narratively, and he left them in the film. And speaking of editing, the editing is absolutely terrible in this film. It is so chopped up, it is so abrupt and alarming, actually. The editing slaps you in the face with how poor it is as you're watching. And we get back to that script and the pacing, and we take so much time and so much of the story. And then the end, we rush. When we get to the interesting part of the story that presumably is the reason they chose to make this into a film, they just rush right past it and sprint to the end. Salma Hayek is also fabulous in this film. Much like Gaga, she understood why she was brought on to do this film, and she delivers. Overall, thanks to Lady Gaga, Adam Driver, Al Pacino, and just the inherent nature of this ridiculous fashion world, the film has its moments. And you're coming to watch Lady Gaga. Let's just be real. And she delivers everything as promised. Fortunately, the director, the editor, and even the screenwriter didn't get the memo Gaga got. And they're not bringing their A games to the table. Their combined efforts create a pretty lackluster film around this tour de force performance. So if you're a Gaga fan, definitely give it a watch. I know you probably already planned on it. Otherwise, definitely save this for a rental. It's not the worst thing I've seen this year. I don't think it's horrible by any means, but it certainly is not the awards darling return that Ridley Scott was hoping for. And yeah, he's a legend, but I really think this film would have been much better off in another director's hands. So that is my review for House of Gucci. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on all of my latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see House of Gucci? And what is your favorite fashion film? Let me know either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.